Hello friends, welcome to Simply Chemistry. In this video, I am going to explain how to find out whether the given molecule is aromatic or anti-aromatic or non-aromatic in nature. I have given you a simple flow chart which will help you to find out the same. The first thing what you have to check is that whether the molecule is cyclic, planar, and it has pi conjugation. If that is the case, let's see with an example. So let us see the first one, that benzene is an example. The given molecule is cyclic and all the carbons in benzene are sp2 hybrid, hence the molecule is planar, and you could see that it obeys the Huckel rule of aromaticity. That means it should have 4n plus 2 pi electrons. In case of benzene there are 3 pi bonds, so we have 6 pi electrons, hence it follows the 4n plus 2 pi electron, so it is aromatic in nature. Let us see the second example. Again, this molecule is cyclobutadiene. It is cyclic. It is planar as well because the carbons are sp2 hybrid, so it is planar, but it has only 4 pi electrons, hence it is not obeying the 4n plus 2 pi electron rule of Huckel. So hence actually it is obeying only the 4n electrons, so it is anti-aromatic in nature. And the last one, if you check it out, yes, it is cyclic in nature. Is it planar? No, it is not planar because this carbon atom is sp3 hybrid, hence the planarity is lost, so it is non-planar, hence it is non-aromatic. But imagine if the cyclopentadiene loses a proton, it's going to yield you cyclopentadienyl anion, whereas this can undergo resonance to give different forms where the negative charge can be delocalized and so on. It can go continuous resonance structure, hence this molecule has 4 pi electrons plus 2 electrons because of the negative charge, contains total of 6 pi electrons, hence it obeys the 4n plus 2 pi electron rules. It is aromatic in nature. But if it loses an hydride ion, it forms cyclopentadienyl cation. In this case, you could see that there are only 4 pi electrons, so it holds good only the 4n pi electron rule, hence it is anti-aromatic in nature. So based on this observation, if you compare the stability of the species, aromatic species are more stable, followed by non-aromatic, followed by anti-aromatic. This is the order of stability. So can you tell me which will be more favored, either the formation of cyclopentadiene pentadienyl anion or its corresponding cation. This is more favorable than this because the formed product in this case is aromatic, whereas in the other case it is anti-aromatic. Let us try to extend the same to the higher members of benzene, where we will see naphthalene. So it has total of 10 pi electrons. It is cyclic, planar as well because all the carbon atoms are sp2 hybrid, and it has 10 pi electrons. Hence you could see like 4 into 2 plus 2 will be equal to 10. Hence it is obeying the Huckel rule. So naphthalene is aromatic in nature. Likewise, we can find out whether phenanthrene is aromatic or not. In this case, we have 14 pi electrons. It is cyclic, it is planar. So if you put 4 into 3 plus 2, it's going to be 14 electrons. So it is matching and obeys the Huckel rule. Hence, phenanthrene is also aromatic in nature. Now let us see the next example, the phenylene. It has total of 12 pi electrons. It is cyclic. Is the molecule planar? No, it is not planar. You could see that this carbon atom is sp3 hybrid. Hence, the planarity is lost. Actually, phenylene is non-aromatic. But the protons are highly acidic. These protons are highly acidic. So when one of the proton is lost, it acquires a negative charge, and this negative charge can be relocalized over the molecule. That will add 2 more electrons to this, so total of 14 electrons now. And now the planarity is, since you could see the conjugation is possible now, and it has 14 electrons now, that will make this molecule aromatic. The neutral phenylene molecule is non-aromatic because the planarity is not there, whereas in case of the anion form of phenylene is aromatic because the conjugation is possible, as I showed. The next example is pyrene, which has total of 16 pi electrons. It is cyclic in nature, planar as well, but if you count the number of electron as such, it falls into this category, 4n pi electron. So usually people think it is anti-aromatic, but if you see the central pi bond does not involve in resonance. Does not involve in resonance. Hence, while counting for the number of pi electrons, this can be exempted. So if you exempt this, that will become total of 14 pi electrons. This will fall into the category of 4n plus 2 rule pi electron. Hence, the molecule is aromatic. I repeat, the central pi bond does not involve in the resonance structure. Hence, while accounting for the number of pi electrons, this can be exempted. So hence, the remaining 14 electron is taken into account. That will make the molecule aromatic in nature. Now, let us extend to the azulines, the higher member of benzene. The first one is 8-aniline. It has total of 8 pi electrons. It is cyclic in nature, but it is not planar. It is actually goes for a top arrangement because of the angle strain. The planarity is lost, so it is non-planar, hence non-aromatic in nature. So let us extend it to the next one, that is the 10-aniline. It has 10 electrons. It falls into the bracket of 4n plus 2 rule. It is cyclic, but due to the hydrogens present here, the repulsion between these hydrogen make the molecule non-planar. Hence it is non-aromatic in nature. But if these hydrogens are replaced by a methyl group or a CH2 group connecting as a bridge, if you just add a bridge, this minimizes the repulsion, and which allows now the molecule to be having that planarity possible. Hence, after substituting the CH2, the molecule becomes planar and it has the aromatic in nature because the number of electrons is in this Huckel rule. It obeys the Huckel rule. So I repeat once again, we have substituted a CH2 group instead of the hydrogens, which makes the planarity possible. Hence, the molecule is aromatic in nature. So let us move on to the higher aniline, that is 12-aniline. Again, the same thing you can notice is that here we have 12 pi electrons. It is actually falls into the 4n category. It is cyclic. Still, it is not planar. The reason is these repulsion between these hydrogens make it non-planar. But due to the size is little bigger when compared to that of the 10-aniline, it is slightly, or in other words I can say partial anti-aromatic in nature. The reason is, though if you see compare the size between the 10 and 12, when the size increases, the distance between the hydrogen is actually slightly increases. Hence, the repulsion is kind of minimized. Hence, it has partial anti-aromatic nature. So, if you go to the higher member, that is the 14-aniline, we observe the same arrangement, but again, here the space is much better. It has 14 pi electrons. It is of 4n plus 2 type. And it is cyclic in nature. Again, it is aromatic. The reason why is that now the size is bigger, hence the distance between these protons are comparatively higher, hence the repulsion is less, so the planarity is possible, hence it is aromatic in nature. So let us see few more types. Let us see how the aromaticity in case of azulenes. This is one interesting molecule. It has dipole moment. I'll show you how exactly the dipole arises. This molecule is aromatic in nature. Aromatic in nature. So let us see. Assume that this bond shifts to here and this bond goes over there. So it leaves a positive charge here and the negative charge here. Hence in this case, this positive charge is delocalized over this ring. Likewise, the negative charge is delocalized in the cyclopentane ring. Hence, you could see a charge separation taking place. A charge separation taking place, making the molecule dipole. Has dipole. It has dipole. Yes, this molecule is planar and it is also aromatic in nature. But the most stable form of this ionization or this position of the charges is that it should be in such a way that both the rings enjoy the aromaticity. It should be in such a way that both the rings enjoy the aromaticity. Only then that form will be more stable. We'll see another example. Tropone. This molecule is actually aromatic in nature. The reason why is we know that this bond is always polarized like this, delta positive and delta negative. When this bond shifts here, it leaves a positive charge here. This positive charge is delocalized throughout the ring. And you could see that the system with the positive charge will have 4n plus 2 pi electrons. That is, in this case it is 6 pi electrons. The cyclic structure, and it also has the planarity. Hence, this intermediate, this is one of the important intermediate in organic synthesis. This is stable because of its aromatic nature. So let us see few more examples of aromatics in case if there is the presence of heteroatoms. We basically call them heteroaromatic compounds. First we will see about pyrrole. We know that there is a lone pair over the nitrogen, and this lone pair is not in the plane of the ring. So remember, only when the lone pair is not on the plane, it can take part resonance. So in this case, your nitrogen is sp3 hybrid, hence the lone pair is actually not in the plane. We could account it. So with the lone pair, it falls into the category of 4n plus 2 pi electrons. Hence, pyrrole is aromatic in nature. The second one is pyridine. Again, we know there is a lone pair over nitrogen. In this case, this nitrogen is sp2 hybrid, which makes the lone pair on the plane. We call such lone pair as non-Huckel lone pair. So we will not take them into account while talking about the resonance, or they will not take part in the resonance. So we will not count them while counting the number of pi electrons. So without the lone pair, now you could see it falls again into the 4n plus 2 category. So it is aromatic in nature. The next one is one interesting one. Again, this molecule is aromatic. We know that there are two lone pairs over the oxygen, and oxygen here it is sp3 hybrid. So these lone pairs are not on the plane, so that automatically they can get part in the resonance, like how we say the structures of the aromaticity of furan. So one of the lone pair is getting involved into the resonance. The same thing is observed in this case, which makes this molecule aromatic. Let us see a few more examples. These two I found little interesting. I just thought I could share it with you. So I have given you cyclobenzo, cyclobutene. This too has two different arrangement of the double bond. Can you figure out which one is actually kind of more stable and which one is kind of less stable? You could see this arrangement makes this ring aromatic, whereas this ring now counts for 4n electrons. That makes it anti-aromatic. Whereas in this case, you could see that this ring has 4n plus 2 electrons, that is 6 electrons, 5 electrons. Whereas this has only 2 electrons. Hence, this arrangement makes both of them aromatic in nature, whereas in this case one is aromatic, the other one becomes anti-aromatic. So this structure is more favored. And if you look into this example, it is again one of the interesting thing to know that the organic reactions proceed via intermediate, and based on the intermediate stability we get the products. So the stability of the intermediate can be also explained using the aromaticity. In this case, imagine bromine leaves the molecule, which makes a positive charge here. So now can you tell me which one is favored and which one is not favored? You can apply the aromaticity rule. So in this case it is 4n plus 2 pi electrons, whereas in this case it is 4n pi electrons. So this is aromatic, this is anti-aromatic. So that makes our answer simpler. So this is more favored than that of this, because the product that is yield is anti-aromatic in nature, hence this is not more favored. There is one more thing I thought of telling you, that is called as homo-aromatic. So for example, if you take your cyclooctatetraene, when it gains a proton, it forms an ion positive. So this carbon is sp3 hybrid, so it is not lying in the plane. It leads to non-planarity in the molecule, but you could see that space is very little, that is not hindering the positive charge delocalization around it. So such instance, what we call it as, the molecule attains homo-aromaticity. We can have one more example. So if you take cyclobutadiene, again it takes up a proton, it's going to yield this product. Again, this is homo-aromatic in nature. So though there is actually an sp3 carbon which is making the molecule non-planar, but still aromaticity is achieved, and such kind of aromaticity is what is referred as the homo aromatic compound. I hope you all enjoyed watching the video. I'd like to give a promo for the Catalyst app, which was created by one of my students. It is like a one-stop for all your chemistry needs. Almost all the basics topics are covered neatly so that you don't have to refer any other books. One app is more than enough for all your chemistry needs. Download it from Amazon. The link is provided below in the description. Thank you once again.